concerned about your debts, and attempting to choose the best course of action to take to address your money issues. As they progress through education, many people start to question whether they missed anything. We're supposed to understand sound financial management practices as grown-ups. However, it appears that either many students skipped the class or it was never offered. The good news is that you can resolve your financial issues without having a degree from an Ivy League institution. Here are 10 steps to solve your money and debt problems. Before starting, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. So let's start. Number 1. Live on cash for 2 weeks. When was the last time you made all of your purchases with cash? Many people learn poor financial habits as a result of using debit and credit cards, and the distinction between what they can afford to buy and what they can afford to pay for becomes hazier. Cash makes it quite clear if you have the money to make a purchase or not. Number 2. Become mindful of your spending. Take into account what you discovered about your spending tendencies by simply utilizing cash. Was it simpler or more difficult to pay with cash instead of a credit card? Was there enough money to purchase items you wanted as well? Or did you only purchase what you needed? What amount did you still have at the end? According to some studies, using plastic instead of cash can result in consumers spending up to 15% more on each purchase. Increased spending on every purchase adds up over time. So be mindful of your spending if you want debt relief that lasts a lifetime. Number 3. Find out where your money goes. Where does everything go? Money is in our bank account every payday, but it never seems to stay long enough. Being aware of where your money is going is a crucial part of good money management, and even the most seasoned financial expert finds this practice to be highly illuminating. Quote regarding how using a credit card instead of cash causes people to spend more money. Make a note of your spending in a little notepad, on an app or piece of software, or in our expense tracker. You may want to keep track of the money you spend on specific expenses, such as coffee or beverages out. Or you may find that tracking your spending in specific stores is simpler. Number 4. Create a spending plan or budget to solve and prevent financial problems. One of the wisest things you can do for your finances is to make a monthly plan for your expenditures. But this is the most frequently disregarded fix for most people's financial issues. Being able to pick how you want to spend your money thanks to a budget or spending plan makes life so much simpler. Ironically, you'll almost certainly never study it in a class at Cambridge or Harvard. Not to single out these institutions, but the majority of colleges don't instruct students on how to make a budget. Start by chopping an expense out of your budget by 50% if there is one. This will demonstrate your ability to persevere over the long haul. Number 5. Find a replacement for one large expense in your monthly budget. It is simpler to eliminate an expense or alter a habit if you switch it out for something else. Plan how you will replace the pricey coffee you buy on the way to work. For instance, if you wish to stop the habit, you might treat yourself to a new travel mug and some coffee you like to drink. Then alter your routine, such as taking a different route to work, so that you are not tempted to stop for coffee anyhow. Just one example is reducing your coffee consumption. What about cutting back on your spending on hobbies and recreational activities, stopping smoking, or entertainment expenses? Number 6. Identify expenses you can reduce. Determine which areas of your budget require more attention throughout the course of the coming month. Look for strategies to save money on your utility bills. Switch down the heat and turn off the lights when you're not home, and wash your clothes in cold water rather than hot. Consider if you really need both a house phone and a cell phone if you have both. It might be challenging to disrupt routines. Additionally, note any goods or services you no longer require but are currently paying for. Even when their needs have changed, many customers merely let their bundled services renew on a month-to-month basis. This might be because they are too busy to carefully review their bills, but taking the time to carefully review your bills and calling the service providers to modify service plans or cancel services entirely can help you uncover a lot of hidden money. If you haven't guessed it yet, your 5th stage is to figure out which costs you can cut before coming up with a strategy to implement your modifications. Here is a collection of our most well-liked money-saving advice if you don't know where to start. When your bills start to decrease slightly, you'll know you finished this phase. Number 7. Create a plan to pay off your debt. Is it really that big a concern considering that everyone has some? Yes, it is possible. If you have debt that has slowly grown over a period of time, You need practical debt solutions that fit into your lifestyle rather than short-term fixes that you can't sustain. Interest rates will eventually start to rise, which means your income will probably decline over time, perhaps after you retire. If you have relied on credit to get by and one of these things happens, you will be faced with some difficult decisions. You have more options when you take care of your debt sooner rather than later. Despite this, many people put off seeking debt relief out of embarrassment or a lack of knowing who to turn to. Here are some of our greatest advice on managing your debt. Create a plan to pay off your debts while simultaneously maintaining a livable quality of living using these suggestions to help you finish Step 6. Only a realistic plan and the use of the lessons you acquired from the previous 5 phases will allow you to successfully complete this step. Number 8. Educate yourself and keep improving your level of financial literacy. The drive to study more is one of the best qualities a top-tier university can foster in its pupils. Any amount of learning from our errors is beneficial, especially when we're educating ourselves on better debt and money management techniques. It's always beneficial to raise our level of financial awareness, but keep in mind that the journey is what counts, not the destination. Continuing to learn is your 8th step. Take on new tasks or assignments from the Common Sense School. Your budget will stay on track. You'll avoid financial issues, and you'll be able to successfully plan for the future with the support of life skills that further strengthen your new money habits. And it's a graduation that ought to be honored. Number 9. Get help with your debts and your budget. Do not be reluctant to ask for assistance if you require it to manage your bills and finances. Although your final step is optional, doing it will reward you with a bonus. For a second opinion on your spending plan and your strategy for paying off your debts, seek expert, unbiased guidance from a respected nonprofit credit counseling group. When you leave with new knowledge on how to handle your debts more skillfully and implement your budget realistically, you'll know you've completed this phase. Any worthwhile solution requires time to implement. Your debt didn't accumulate overnight, and it will probably take as long to pay it off as it does to earn an Ivy League degree. Number 10. Increase your income. To solve your financial issues, consider ways to improve your income. Here are a few possibilities. If you can work overtime, ask your employer. Offer goods and services to generate more income. Sell any stuff you no longer need. Identify a roommate. Acquire a second job. Be careful of advertisements that promise easy money. They are frequently frauds. This is it for today's video. What do you think of our video? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Thanks for watching.